right. Hey, and good morning, everybody. This is Sherman Ray for the Livin in Vegas podcast. Now we come to you each Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Talk to you about the people, places, the trends, the events, shape the city of Las Vegas. As soon as I start the show, I hear like this cat just going crazy. So I want to welcome you all to the show. Welcome all of our friends on Facebook. And I'm looking forward to the show today. Matter of fact, we had some really cool things that happened here in the Valley. And so we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that happened in the Valley this week and yesterday specifically. And some of the things that are coming up. Got a lot of cool things. I want to apologize too, because I've got a light that just went out in the studio here. And so it's kind of giving us kind of a weird little thing going on here. I'll see if I can fix that at some point. It's not going to happen right now. Let's welcome some of our friends from Facebook and welcome you all to the show this morning. We are not actually, there we go. Oh, no, it looks like somebody else is on. At the same time we're doing our show. That's very interesting. No, that's later show. So want to welcome all of our friends on Facebook that are joining us right now. And I had a real weird thing go on earlier this morning where I had the wrong, they call it a code. And the code basically tells Facebook that we are broadcasting right now. And it looks like it actually might still be doing that. So I'm going to double check here to make sure. No, we're on. Good. But we're doing quite a few new things now. So we just launched a new channel, which is really cool. So we're expanding the media company a little bit more. One of the things we were talking about doing was creating a TV show, and we're actually starting a TV channel. I think that's going to even be better, to tell you the truth. And so we're launching that here in the next couple of weeks. We're reaching out to people. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a minute. But if you are on Facebook right now, I want to welcome you to the show. If you're on Black Success Magazine or on the Livin in Vegas pages, Livin Weekly, that kind of stuff, I want to welcome you to the show. And just say hello. Just give me a little shout out and say, hey, Sherm, how you doing? Let me know that you're here. And the reason why I say that is we don't really get a real idea of what the show is and the impact of the show is necessarily from our Facebook or YouTube pages. And the reason why I say that is because we'll go out to events and people will tell me, they'll go, sure, hey, your magazine's doing great, and we see this, we see that. And we may never have ever heard of them on Facebook, ever. I mean, ever. And I know that for sure, because I just spoke at a Constitution Day event Saturday. Yes, Saturday. And I had several people at that Constitution event who I've not seen in months. Literally have not seen them in months. One of them I hadn't seen in a year. And they said, man, Sherm, we've seen your magazine. And oh my gosh, Livin in Vegas magazine is so great. And I read it all the time. And I get your newsletter and I get this. And they have never said anything to me. And I've never seen them on Facebook or on YouTube or anything like that. So I encourage you, if you are on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel or anything like that, say something. Just say, hey, Sherm, let me know, because we just don't know, and we need the feedback. It gives us a little pat on the back, that kind of stuff. So definitely let us know that you're there, and we will, we'll just keep doing this stuff until they kick us off. Right? So let's pay a really quick bill here, folks, and then we'll talk a little bit about the show, and we'll talk about all the cool stuff that is going on here in Facebook land. This is Sherman Ray for the Livin in Vegas podcast. We'll be back in just a second. Hi, everybody. It's Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast. Are you a business owner that's looking to get the word out about his product, service, or even just a great message out there? Well, we'd like to give you that opportunity by being a guest on Livin in Vegas podcast. It's super simple. All you got to do is contact us at advertising@livininvegas.com. That's advertising@livininvegas.com. and we'll schedule you for an interview on Livin in Vegas podcast. I'm Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast, where we talk about the people, the places, the trends, and the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All right, folks, we're back to Sherman Ray. This is the Livin in Vegas podcast. Once again, if you are a business owner, you'd like to be on the show, you'd like to advertise in our magazine, just send me, your request to advertising at livininvegas.com. It's advertising at livininvegas.com. We'd love to have you be a part of the family, the Livin in Vegas family. So for those of you, this might be the first time you're checking us out. I'm Sherman Ray. I'm the publisher of Livin in Vegas magazine. And we'll have this edition of Livin in Vegas magazine up for at least another week. I think it's a little over a week, almost 10 days. And then we're going to be going to the new Livin in Vegas magazine. And all new stuff that's going to be in it. So excited about it. Just really excited about the upcoming magazine. And I'm going to talk a little bit about, here I got to make a note to myself here, about what we're going to be talking about sometime during the show, because it is something that's really been on my heart for quite a while, and I'm just writing down a note here, folks, because my mind works that way. I've got to write stuff down because I'll forget things really quick. The new magazine is going to be coming out. If you want to be a part of it, folks, just send us your information. Advertising, livininvegas.com. Advertising at livininvegas.com. Or go to our website at livininvegas.com. You can check out all the cool stuff. Update the magazine or the website pretty much 3 or 4 times a week. Depends on how busy I really am. But generally, we update it pretty much 3 or 4 times a week. New articles, that kind of stuff. Okay. So let's talk about the news of the day. The news of the day, really, folks, is yesterday's parade for the Las Vegas Aces. I don't have any video of it. I wish I did. Just didn't have time to upload it. But there was a takeover of the Las Vegas Strip yesterday, and many people were out there. Becky Hammond, Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, and Mark Davis. Everybody was out there yesterday. Thousands of well-wishers, especially those folks who have been part of Aces Nation for quite some time. And that would be moi. And many of you remember this. And I'm going to brag. I'm going to keep bragging until it's nauseating. Which for some of you, it's already been nauseating. But we predicted that the Las Vegas Aces would win the championship. And we talked about this ad nauseum. I kept telling everybody that they were going to win, and they finally did. This is not about me, even though I'm going to pat myself on the back because I saw them a long time ago. But it's really about the Aces. And the Aces were the number 1 seed going into the playoffs, into the WNBA playoffs. And they showed why. The reason why? Because they're just doggone good. They're stinking good. And scrappy. They've got the players. So let's talk about the players real quick, and then we're going to go on. But I want to give them some love that they are due. This is no joke. This is what I hope, I pray that ESPN, all of the networks in Las Vegas, continue to talk about the Aces for the rest of the year. Okay, at least the rest of the year, because they've done something that has never been done in Nevada history. They came home with a WNBA, a professional title. Okay, a professional title. And it's not that we've not had titles before. Okay, the UNLV Rebels, they won the NCAA title for college. Okay, men's college, but they are not professionals. And the only professional team, okay, other than, I shouldn't say that, there was actually another professional team, semi-pro. Okay, they call themselves pro, but they're actually a semi-pro team. It was another women's basketball team. They just won this like last year also, and we talked about it here on Living in Vegas. They were called the Las Vegas, not Matadors. I'll remember. Um, Ron Thomas Jr. is the coach, and they're kind of a semi-pro team. They're a professional team, but they're more semi-pro. They're the stepping stone before the WNBA. But when we're talking about the big leagues, the Las Vegas Aces, who originally were a Utah team, then they went to San Antonio, and then they came up here to Las Vegas, coached by Bill Lambier for the first couple of seasons here, and then during those days, just lean years, just lean years. It was just kind of a pathetic thing. In 2020, when I had started the Black Business Chamber of Commerce, we reached out to the Aces and said, "Look, we love you guys. We believe in you, and we believe that you guys can do some great things." And literally could not get a hold of them. Just could not. And folks, here's the thing that got me, and it didn't make me love them any less, is that we as a professional organization really reached out to them and said, "Look, we believe in you. We believe that you guys can do it." And I saw something in them. This is 2020. Now, it's not as though we had not seen the games. We were actually at their games in 2018. Okay, so we were out. My brother-in-law Chip and I would go to their games, and literally, there's maybe a couple hundred people there at the game. A couple of hundred, maybe. At the playoffs, over 10,000. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Not only that, they had everybody, anybody and everybody jumped on the bandwagon this year and said, "Oh, we love you, Aces. We love you. Oh, we've always been rocking the house for you." No, none of them. They weren't there during the lean years when people like cheerleaders for Las Vegas, like us and Living in Vegas, were cheerleading for them. I'm a little disappointed in that, but I'm not. It doesn't make me love them any less. It just really reinforces the fact that organizations like us, Living in Vegas, can spot champions. We can spot people who are going to be great. We hope at some point to get some of the people from the Aces on. As a matter of fact, we were supposed to have on the show Nikki Fargas. We had some scheduling problems, and this was this is actually before the season started. Yeah, this before the season started. We had an opportunity to have Nikki Fargas, who is the president of the Aces, on this show. So, and many of you remember that. Make a long story short, because there's so many other things to talk about here today. We have been following the Aces. They finally won the championship in 4 games. Okay, it wasn't like it went to 5 games and all this other stuff. They actually did lose one of the games in the 5-game series against the Connecticut Sun. But we never, ever thought they would ever lose it. We never, for a minute, thought that they would lose 3 games to this team. Ever. Okay? We knew, and all the sports prognosticators said the same thing. They said that the playoff game, the literal, the championship game should have been against the team before them, not Connecticut Sun. Okay, and I forgot the other team. I forgot the name of the team. But we swept them. But they were a much better team than Connecticut Sun. Okay, so anyways. So I hope you got something out of that. I hope you do. But they shut down the strip this week, yesterday, when they came home, and they were given a little love. I think they need more love. They just need more. Give them more. Give them more love, okay? Because they're going to repeat, folks. You heard it here already, okay? We keep the same team. We sweep again, okay? And this time we're going to sweep, okay? I think you add a center to the Aces, and we are unstoppable. Bring back, I'm going to say it. I know some of you are saying, Sherman, don't say it, but I'm going to say it. Bring back Liz Cambage. Okay, I'm just saying it. You bring back Liz Cambage with a swagger and attitude, and Asia Wilson next to her. because Asia's got the thing going on. Asia will make Liz Cambage go nuts. She'll make her go beast mode. Okay, she will make her go beast mode because Asia, if Asia, who is at 6'5" right now, okay, she's undersized. If Asia was 7 foot tall, she'd be Shaq. She would be Shaq because she's just got that thing. She's just got that thing. But right now, she's just undersized, and she just gets it by scrappiness and sheer talent. Just saying. Asia, you got the talent. Chelsea Gray. Okay, let's switch gears here real quick. Chelsea Gray. Many of you know this. I called it again. I put it on Facebook, and I just tend to be this way. I said to some of my friends, I go, hey guys, am I just being shallow that I love Asia Wilson, but I think Chelsea Gray should become the MVP of the series? And people said, no, sure, she's great. And I go, well, I know all the other people are saying, that because Asia scored these points and blah, blah, blah. But the person who was the key to it all, Chelsea Gray, the point god. Come on. She's the one. Okay, I would kiss her on the lips right now. If she came in the room right now, after I fainted and they got me up, I would kiss her on the lips. That's all there is to it. Her wife would be upset about it. I don't care. I'd kiss her again. And then I'd kiss your wife. Because I knew that she'd kissed you. That's all there is to it. Chelsea Gray will go down in history as the most valuable player of the Las Vegas Aces. Because she is the one who brought the just beast mode into the team. Okay? Kelsey Plum would not be beast if it had not been for Chelsea Gray. Because Chelsea Gray stepped back. Oh, shot. That's all there is to it. All right, let's pay a bill, folks, because I know I'll go on all day long about this. Okay? Give them some love. The Las Vegas Aces. We'll be back in just a second, folks. Hi, everybody. It's Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast. Are you a business owner that's looking to get the word out about his product, service, or even just a great message out there? Well, we'd like to give you that opportunity by being a guest on Livin in Vegas podcast. It's super simple. All you got to do is contact us at advertising@livininvegas.com. That's advertising@livininvegas.com, and we'll schedule you for an interview on Livin in Vegas podcast. I'm Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast, where we talk about the people, the places, the trends, and the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All right, let's talk about some other things, folks. Welcome back to the show. I'm Sherman Ray, publisher of Livin in Vegas magazine, Livin Weekly, and a new show that we've got coming out, folks. I'm so excited about this. Do I have the let's see if we can put this up. Yeah, let's do it here. We'll do it right here. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Okay. There we go. Livin Network. The Livin Network, folks, is actually a Christian broadcasting channel that we're just starting. It's called the Livin Network. And so excited about this. It's going to be really fun. We've already been contacting some great pastors and speakers and comedians, that kind of stuff, that are just going to fill up this. Look for this coming out in about another week or so. We've been working on it for quite a long time here. So the website is almost up and running. So be looking for the Livin Network, which will be coming up. And you'll really enjoy this show. I'm really excited about it. So let's talk about some other things, because we're running out of time, because I talk so much about the Aces. And we're going to talk about them one more time here, folks, because this is an Aces special. It really is. There's so many other things. Here's what we're going to do. Because I'm going to talk some more about the Aces. We probably won't get to any of the stories that we were talking about here today, but so go to our website at livininvegas.com. We will actually have all the other articles that I won't get to today on the show on that. So go to our website, livininvegas.com, and you can actually check out all the articles that I'm not going to get to today on the show, because we're talking about the Aces. We're giving them some love today. Let's continue with our love fest of the Las Vegas Aces by talking about the coach, Becky Hammond. This article is actually from ESPN, and They've got a video of the girls that are riding down the street on a bus. We will link to this story. Don't worry about it. You can check this out. The girls are on several of the Vegas buses, and they're just looking so excited and so happy. It just brings tears to your eye because they work so doggone hard for this. So, doubters have come at Becky Hammond for as long as she can remember. 5'6", folks. Becky Hammond, the coach of the Las Vegas Aces. From Rapid City, South Dakota. And she's got a great story. She really does. Undersized, scrappy, and won an envy. She won a Division I title in college. She was a star. And then she ended up going to the WNBA and eventually won a championship there, and then became an assistant coach for the, San Antonio? Yeah, San Antonio Spurs. And so she's set people back on their heels for years about how good or not good she is. Well, she ended up coming to the Las Vegas Aces by way of Mark Davis, who is the owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders. And became the highest paid coach in WNBA history. She's $1 million coach. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means you got to produce. You get a good team and you get $1 million, you better produce. Oh, that was scary, wasn't it? That scared the crap out of me. my computer just started roaring at me. Well, she became the first rookie coach in WNBA history who not only won a championship, but had won herself a championship. Okay? She was a champion. She became coach of the year. She wins a championship. Say no more. Okay? And we did a story about Becky Hammond, folks, once again. The first and probably the only outlet that has done a story about Becky Hammond and just giving her love. Giving love to these girls, okay? I believe that Becky Hammond is going to get a raise, a significant raise. She knows it, and it's not because she's the greatest coach in the world, okay? There's probably better coaches. But did they produce? That's the question. Okay, you can be really talented. Some great talent out there, great talented players. And I tell you, the WNBA's got talented players all over the place, okay? But do they produce? Do they get the job done? Tony Romo is, in fact, one of those people. Tony Romo, on paper, is a very talented quarterback. Just incredibly talented, okay? Got all the stats. But he couldn't get you to the dance. Which means what? He's an underperformer. He just can't do it. Okay? Becky Hammond, rookie coach, high paid, coach of the year. Had she not won the championship, folks, they would have said, well, maybe we bet on the wrong person. Rightfully so. You don't get rookie coach, high paid, coach of the year, have Asia Wilson, who is the defensive player of the year, who's the MVP of the year. You don't have, Chelsea or Kelsey Gray and all these other people who are on the all-star team, all that talent, and you don't get them over the line? Are you kidding me? Really? No. Get rid of her. But she did. She won, and for that reason, we give her our hearts, folks. We give her our hearts. We give her this. We give her we go, oh yes, Becky Hammond, okay? And she deserves it. She deserves it. She does. I love her to death. Nikki Fargas, okay? Here's another one, okay? So, all right, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this. The whole Aces organization, headed up by the Swami, the guru, Mark Davis, who came in and he said, look, I'm going to bring in this person, that person, this person, that person, that person. He's like a Steinberg. He's like the Steinbrenner. Okay, we've become the Yankees of the West Coast with Mark Davis as the Steinbrenner of the Aces, because he brought in Nikki Fargas. Okay, who's Nikki Fargas? Do I really need to say this, folks? LSU. She comes to the Aces now, and she gets people around her. She brings in Becky Hammond. Becky Hammond coalesces a great team. MVP, best this, best that, best this. Jackie Young had best, most improved player. Half of our team was on the All-Star team. Okay, half of our team went to the Olympics. Okay, and now the culmination is a NBA championship, a WNBA championship. I just don't know what else to say. And once again, you heard it here first, folks. I'll keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it all through the off season. And because you heard it here first, and I want to go back to this tape. Okay, what's the date today? Today is September 21st, 2022. You've heard it here first. The Las Vegas Aces on this day, so says me, Sherman Ray, will repeat for as WNBA champions in 2023. You heard it here first. You can play the tape back. Okay, that's all there is to it. Okay. Okay, is there anything else on them? No. Okay, good. All right, so let's do one more story. Okay, because I will get to one story here. So here's my story, and we won't get to any of the stories that I had pulled here today, because some of them are sad, and we just don't want to talk about those at this point. Okay, but you can look at them. Look at them on our website, livinvegas.com. So I had this idea, and I'll spend the last time on this. What does the future of Las Vegas look like? Okay, this is what I'm looking at. Futurist, desert of the future, desert city of the future. What should it look like? And what will it look like? That is going to be a story you're going to read about. Okay, so we're working on that story right now. The desert city of the future. What should it look like? What is that? What does it have in it? It's something that has been speculated about in the 60s. It's been speculated about in the 50s. What would the cities of America look like, and where were we supposed to be? Let me give it put a little more flesh on the bones. Back in the Buck Rogers days, back in the 50s and the 40s, they said by this time of this year, 2022, that we should be having regular trips to the moon and back. We should have colonies on the moon. We should have already been sending spaceships out to Alpha Centauri, that kind of stuff. Whatever happened to that? Okay, those dreams, those aspirations actually went the wayside. I have my speculation on why it is, and we're not here to talk about conspiracy stuff, but we are going to talk about what the desert of the future, desert city of the future, should look like, and we're going to explain that in our upcoming edition of Livin Weekly magazine. What should there be? Okay, it's wonderful to have concerts, and it's wonderful to have, all kinds of cool stuff that's already, it's just better versions of what we have right now. Okay, but we should be light years ahead of that. Okay, something like that you're going to read about. Okay, so that's what I'm just saying. Okay, so just keep that in mind as you're thinking about what's going to be on coming forward. All right, we're out of time, folks. Friday. So look forward to our Friday show. Hopefully you will be able to send a letter, and we'll get the mailing address too, to the Las Vegas Aces, and to continue to show them some love, guys. We want to shower them with love. We don't want any of those players to leave, okay? Because what's going to happen is you're going to get a bunch of people wanting to get Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray. They're going to offer them all kinds of money. We want them here, okay? Mark, we want them here. We want to help. We want you to pay those girls what they're worth to keep them here in Las Vegas, because other teams are definitely going to snatch them up, okay? Anyways, we will see you again Friday for the Friday edition of Livin Vegas magazine, the podcast, where we'll talk about the people, the places, the trends, and the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. I'm Sherman Ray. We'll see you again Friday.